So we have owned one of those Loamy food composters. Now, there's a lot of people online, and if you go over to that Loamy video that I shot, it's probably got just people that want to argue that it's not a real composter, it's using electricity, it's, you know, if you really want to compost, go out and just compost naturally. I get it. If you have the time to do that, cool. If you have land and property to do that, cool. Is it going to be the cheapest and, most effective? Probably. Is it going to have the most nutrients in the soil? Yeah, 100%. But there's a lot of people that just don't have property. They have small apartments. They have no time in their day. I, run out of time every day. So for me to be able to just take food scraps and food that have gone bad and chicken bones or banana peels or whatever it is and put it into this little, I'll say composter, because that's what they classify it as. That's not my decision to make if it's a composter or not. It just makes life easier. And here's the reason we like the one we have as of now. Number one is it just never smells. You have those little, food waste buckets in your house. Most of us have it, under the washer, the sink, and we put all of our bad food in there. It gets really stinky. Yes? Yeah, for sure. Number two, here's the big thing. It is always just, it breeds bugs and just yuck, right? We have fruit flies and all kinds of stuff in the kitchen because of that food being in there. And then, lastly is that, like a lot of people, we will take that out and put it in a green bin. But if you have just normal food that hasn't been broken down, I guess that's kind of what this does, then what happens is you end up having a green bin that you fill quite fast, quite regularly. For us, it sits outside in the sun, especially during the summer months. You get like maggots and stuff like that in there. It's just gross. It smells horrific. It's nasty. We have raccoons and stuff that end up coming by the house just being like, hey, what's going on in there? No. So the bonus of these things in general for me is that don't smell, cuts down on like things like fruit flies and things like that in the house. And for those that put it out in a green bin, which I'm sure is most of us, your green bin is just really filled with the soil, dirt, whatever it is, right? It's in there, which means it's not getting bugs. And we end up only having to take our green bin out to get picked up. Probably once every, we probably do it more than we need to because we probably could get by with doing it once every couple months versus, once every couple of weeks that we would normally have to do if you weren't doing this. Anyways, this is the Nagualep Nano Electric Kitchen Composter. Turn waste into fertilizer in 30 minutes, which versus any of the ones that came out like a year ago, ours takes minimum 2 hours, mostly between 2 and 3 hours, upwards of 4 hours. Plus, the ones that came out like last year use significantly more power. Now, the nice thing about this one is it says, I can't remember in the video, watch the video, I'll put links to their Indiegogo site. It starts, of course, up at like 600 watts, just to kind of get that heat inside up to where it needs to. That number may be wrong, watch the video. And then it kicks all the way down to 60 just to keep it there, which is really good because we have tons of devices in our house that use way more than 60. My laptop, 65, right? So, I use my laptop all day plugged in. So, except for now, of course. But you get what I'm saying, right? They say it's not power hungry, which is great. How mineral rich is the soil? I don't know. I have no idea. And if you guys want to just, be whining and complaining about it, don't do it here. Figure out your own channel and do it there. I don't know. For those of us that use these kind of tools, it's usually about keeping our house clean and making it so that we can actually do it, right? So anyway, this is it here, the electric kitchen composter. Turn your trash into cash. Now, it's not gonna as if they send you money, but I think the premise is that it just doesn't use a lot of power, as I'm guessing. I don't know how it's turning it into cash. I really don't know. Anyway, turn scraps into fertilizer, ultra heat treatment, energy efficient, 90% waste reduction, which I will agree to. Fresh and odor free, which they all do that too, which is awesome. Quiet. Now this is a big one that I wanted just to see, because our old one, it's not horrible, but it's not quiet. I won't say it's quiet. Self-cleaning, I really like that. And safe shutdown. You guys can see a whole bunch of stuff here, right? So it looks great. Maybe it comes in multiple colors. No, this is the old one, I think. Multiple colors. Anyways, this is the new one, the Nano. 3.5 liters, intelligent mode, self-cleaning, 126 degrees Celsius, or I can't remember what they said, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what Fahrenheit is. Weight 35 dB. That's quiet, you know. And an activated carbon filter. Now I think they said it should get like 6 months to a year on a carbon filter, so that's not too bad. You guys can look at this, right? This raccoon, is it cute? Sure. Do you want it in your house? No, not at all, right? It says here, organic fertilizer is not only healthier, it has a positive environmental impact. 100%. I don't know how that happens in there, but you guys, again, check this out, because 700 watts down to 60, right? That's awesome. Whisper quiet. Tons of stuff in here. Watch the video. It goes through the whole deal. Anyways, let's bring it up, and then we'll show you what comes in the box. And of course, we're gonna go upstairs and try it out. So I didn't bring up a top camera because it's incredible. It's not crazy big, but it's also not small, right? So I'm just gonna do it here. It's kind of the size that you would think when you get any kind of, you know, kitchen appliance. It's a box in a box. Okie dokie. Can you see this? That's a nice box. Check that out. It's probably focusing on the box now, which is fine. Nagualep Electric Kitchen Composter, the Nano. Right, there's all your stuff, electric kitchen, yep. So you can put fish bones, fruit, vegetables, chicken bones, egg shells, and of course, any other kind of like vegetable-y stuff, right? Before, after. Yeah, that's nice. And some more goodness here. And then your instructions, which seem like they should be fairly obvious. I can't read that. What does it say? Fill it, transform it, use it in only 1 to 8 hours. So what it sounds like is this one actually has like an auto detection in it. So it knows kind of what's in. It also knows if it's too full or if it's stuff in there that it can't do. Way more fancy than my old one. Okay, what does it come with? So number one, comes with El Manual. Now, my guess is it's pretty simple. Now, the nice thing about this manual is it is large. You guys see that? Like, not large like it's physically large, but I mean it's large as in like the text and everything is really large. I'm gonna plug it in, fill it in, hit the button. You know, that's my hope. It kind of does tell you packing list. It tells you precautions, food waste treatment. For normal food waste disposal, please follow these. Cool. Cleaning mode. It does have a cleaning button, which I think is cool. You just kind of add water to it. That's awesome, because our old one doesn't have something like that. Suitable for composting. Ready? Rice, pasta, meat. Now, if it's like steak or something, don't put like the bone part in. Fish with bone. Vegetable scraps, fruit scraps, tea bags, kitchen waste. And you don't want anything really, really hard, right? So you wouldn't throw in like, I don't know, walnuts. You know what I'm saying? Some non-faced. Glass plastic bottles, cow and pig bones, canned metal, hard shellfish. So, yeah, all the stuff that you kind of need to know. You get a large cable. There's your cable, so that's your standard. It's like the old computer style cables that you'd get. My hope is that it all comes just all together, so you don't have to put in. Oh yeah, that's kind of nice looking actually. I don't have to say this one looks nicer for sure. Okay, so there it is. See it? It's got some size to it for sure, hey? So of course you got all this little stuff that you have to take off. Somehow you take all this off. Okie dokie. That's it. Nagualep. Doesn't matter. Anything else around here? No, it's just all gray. This goes down till it seals. It's kind of got like a suction when it seals. It's nice. Look at the top. It's got this nice color to it. Isn't that nice? Yes, and I think you just hit the button in the front. Bling! Fantastic. Inside, you get a, it's like a reminder of inner bucket usage and operation. I don't know what that means. Oh, first use, suitable. It's like a quick start guide. But, see it in there? That's it right there. Where am I looking? Right there. That's going to spin, compost, or do whatever it does. And then the bucket, pretty standard. It's just a bucket that you can take out. You take it out to your green bin or whatever, right there. Now, the other thing, make sure you take that bucket out because there's cardboard underneath. Yep. And then there's little grooves. It all just slides in. Sweet. Handle goes to the back. Nice, right? And then on the back, you guys may be able to see that. This is where your filter, my guess would be. You know, you just unplug that. Yeah, this is where your filter is. So if and when you need to change the filter, that's where it's going to go. And then this, somehow, there it goes. Boom. And last but not least, there is a blue sticker tape that is covering the power. So this comes out. No. I don't know what that is for. Maybe I will need to read the manual. That is, I have no idea. I have no idea what this little door thing is. Maybe this is where you put, sometimes you get like little fertilizer tablets or something you have to put in. The power's on this side. And I didn't close that right. Hold on, make sure those go in. Make sure, there we go. There we go. Yes? Nope, still not. Still not. I'll get it all in there. It's happening. Yes. No. So it's getting the filtered thing on the side. It's probably easy for the rest of you. Not so much for me. Anyways, last but not least, there's the power right there. Okay, I like it. I like it. All right, guys, should we go upstairs and put some rotten food in it? While that's happening, when we go upstairs, I'll try to figure out what that little door is on the back. Yeah. All right, let's go upstairs. All right, my friends, so we are upstairs. I'm just switching to my phone right now because, well, it's just easier. So here, you guys see it? Here it is, right there. Now, one of the things that I know, especially, look, I hit the button, turn it off. One of the things that I know from one of the other ones that I do is you should try to keep it away from like walls and stuff like that, just because they do generate a fair bit of heat. So because of that, I would recommend, you know, just putting it out near the edge, just so that if it is blowing heat out the back, it's just easier, right? Now, I love the fact that you just do this, and it's ready. It makes little noises whenever you do it, and you can see like when you close it. I don't know if you can hear it. Right? See when it closes? It had a little. Maybe you saw that. Maybe you didn't. Hold on. Bleed loop. Ready? And little blue light saying ready to go. All right, I'm gonna fill it up, and I got some bad vegetables. So what we're gonna do is do a test with vegetables, and then we may do a second video actually, because we have some chicken bone remnants, and I kind of want to put it up against my old composter to see which is better. I really want to see how quiet this is and if it's as fast as they say it is. All right, I'm gonna fill it up and we'll start it up. Okay, so it's not completely full, but it's definitely full of some yuck. We've got some old bananas that have gone bad, waffles, some old berries, eggs, shells, things like that. And then we're going to, ready? Close it. Sweet. And if we look at the time right now, let's just say it's 2 o'clock. We'll say it's 2 o'clock. And all we're gonna do now is hit this button. Boom. Listen, do you hear it? I got a heater turned on. If that's actually going right now, that is so quiet. Oh my gosh, it's quiet. You can't even hear it. Oh, that's nice. That's super nice. All right, we're going to see when this finishes and see what the food ends up looking like. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, so we are about an hour in. We are at 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. But I wanted to show you, I've actually turned this to the side because it does get warm, right? It's warm on the side, not bad, but right back here, see this? Like there's where it vents. That's what that is. It's just a vent. So it's where it vents out everything. It's like it's hot. It's just hot coming out of there. So don't put anything directly behind it that you're like, oh, that should be fine. No, the other one needs that too, because it is, like they say, this thing is sitting at, I don't even know how hot, right? 130 degrees Celsius. So just keep it away from the walls or anything directly behind it. All right, guys, so it is done. You can see the little blue light is gone. Opening it. Hopefully you guys can see that. So it is dirt-like. This is a little different than the other one. This one here, I don't know what it is. It's a little more gloppy, right? It's not as, it feels like dirt, but dirt that's, I don't know. No, it's like, it's a little different. Maybe it's just the stuff that went in it, but you know, it's all there. But it's not as fine, I guess, fine as the other one that we have. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do another test. I'm gonna clean this one out, okay? It did make dirt, which is good. I'm gonna take this stuff, all this compost here. They call it compost, I'll call it remnants. And I'm gonna throw that in our green bin. And what I'm gonna do is, we have some leftover chicken bones that we had from our dinner last night. And we're going to do one more test with the chicken bones to put it in here. Now, the other thing to just be aware of, when we tested this last night, first off, this little area here, you can see, it gathers water. Because when it's running, there's a massive amount of humidity that comes out of here. Steam, etc., etc. We actually had, and you guys see here, we had a paper towel because we actually had what felt like water just all coming out from the bottom of here. So we had to kind of wipe it up a little bit. Now, it does say in the manual to make sure you dry off all the food and stuff that has a lot of moisture to it. Our other one doesn't need that for some reason. This one, maybe it does. I'm not too sure. But there was excess. The other one that we have doesn't even have like a little water catching area like this. So I am a little curious in regards to that, but we're going to try putting chicken in this one, chicken bones in this one, and chicken bones in our other one, and we're going to see how they compare. All right, so we're going to do that, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we have just wiping some of the dirt off my hands. We've actually been using this food composter, whatever you want to call it, for a couple days now. We did the chicken bone test where we took like half a chicken carcass and threw it in one. We took the chicken bones and half a carcass and threw it in the other, all their remnants. My old one and the new one, they finished, I think they finished like within 15-20 minutes of each other. So, you know, that's awesome. It just was like brown dirt. Like, I say dirt, but you know, it's it is, I would say it's dirt. I don't know the environmental terms or, you know, the minerals that are in it, etc. I have no idea. But it feels like dirt. It looks like dirt. To me, it's dirt. Both of them are the same, right? So they both did that really well. So here's the thing. My old one was never really quiet. So we always ran it like at night, which is fine because it's when your power is the least, right? So we always ran it at night and we didn't really notice it. And even now we didn't really notice it too much until we got this one and we tried it and we were just like, oh my gosh, the old one is so loud. Like this one is so quiet. It's really quite hard to even know that it's running. If you didn't see the big blue light on it, you probably have no idea. So we actually turned it in a way so that when we're in the living room, I can just kind of look over into the kitchen and I can see the blue light, because if the blue light's on, it's still doing its cooking, whatever. And I know it's still working. Now, the one thing to be aware of, and this is not something that has happened in the old one. In the old one, you know, they say don't like put watery stuff in there, but I've put all kinds of, you know, bananas and celery and just whatever whatever is in a plate, I put it in there, right? That's always been great. It's fine. On this one, you really do have to watch, because they say in the manual, make sure you kind of dry out any food that's kind of wet, right? But that's how many foods are just naturally like wet. Celery, kind of, it's made of water. It's big, you know, most fruit. Bananas, like we had bananas that went bad, so I just took the whole banana peel and all and just whoosh, in we go, 3 bananas right in there, right? Then some celery, some other bad things that were in the fridge, in it went. And that little pull-out tray in the back was great. You could see a bunch of water in there, and you could just see the steam coming out the back of this thing. It was just pouring out the back. Fine. But what it also did was, like, water, I don't know if it was condensation or because of the heat and the cool and what happens, but it was like where this thing was sitting was wet. We had to actually take paper towel and kind of wipe it off. Now, when we did the chicken and things that were drier, just more dry food, so like eggshells and chicken and seeds and some fruit and stuff like that, and put it all together, no worries at all. It was fine. But I would be a little concerned and would be very aware of putting stuff in it that's wet, moist. My wife hates that word. So other than that, I love how quiet it is. I love how it looks. It's a nice looking machine, and it seems to do its job. Just watch for the water moisture. That's the only issue. All right, guys, I will put links down below to where you can pick it up, and that's it. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not gonna. Links down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys next video. Later.